Now, it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but accidentally brutally shot themselves, huh? Unbelievable. Second time this month. Guess I'd better get to cleaning up. Can't just leave company property scattered about, bleeding out on the dirt. No can do, friend. That armor's Spacer's Choice property. Bodies, too. Living or... You don't want to amble on over to Edgewater at your earliest convenience. Constable's office might have work for someone with your... Oh, and be sure to stop by the Edgewater Provisioner for a can of salt tuna. It's not the... Don't get paid bits to chat with strangers. Huh?
Gonna find you! Break you!
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Your pod? What are you on? Ain't safe out here. You best head into town. Avail your... I'm being vigilant. Don't want to get blindsided by some corpse-chewing marauder come stalking out the shadows. Oh, worse. Unemployed cannibals. You ever seen a marauder hold... Well, if you're gonna go headhunting, talk to Constable Reyes back in town. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite to live. 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want... He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few... You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by... Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, but you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30... Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves. Flesh-gnawing, marrow-sipping creatures of pure depravity. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna dock my pay.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably... Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standard. You will also report to me in the event of your death. Whereupon I will clean and... Gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation... As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss... Thank you, no. I despise... Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this derelict. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own heart, frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place... Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of... Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. Much obliged.
Fancy threads. That's some kind of hibernation. You run into any... Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. Skimp up. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check it... That's the word, extortion.
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 More than a few. Though I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body. and pry a few. Yes, here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
Just the way it goes, I suppose. Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm... Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old. And what are you doing here? Visiting? Well, let me give you the grand tour. This here's my domicile, and there's the door. What? No. I mean, So Silas can afford a hired thug, but I still gotta... Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave and... I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and... You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Lord. Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. I know that. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but...
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's...
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting up. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one of... Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to him... I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene did... In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to space... Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford... All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means... I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and...
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation system. Damage to navigation systems detected. Attempting. Navigation systems have attempting to misdirect or confuse a Spacer's Choice mechanical.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. The war! The coming apocalypse! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold heart. Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the... When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath... I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving... I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's chaw, few bit cards. Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want... They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind... The scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off. Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you. Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. First they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our lives...
Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and... You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of col... Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumor... Alright, easy now. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Colony that, but you need to stop. Trouble's in the asking. Board don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Frankly, neither do I. Something I can do for you? Yeah? Yeah. Funny thing, the night we were supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and read. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. Let me know if you find it.
Wish we had some better rations.
I know how you feel.
Hey, I need to talk to you.
Oh, oh, wait. At least I know I ain't hallucinating. Let's see it. Don't keep... Sweet, life-giving... Scratch together all the bits.